high 4,000 senior level class. If you can't do it, I'm sorry.
Man, I can't be the only person that absolutely hates it whenever teachers overhype the fuck out of their class, because the only reason they do it is just to scare you into doing bullshit work that literally means nothing. Alright, what's up, gang? Today we're gonna be looking at some teachers who literally yell and cuss out their students. Now, the reason we're doing this is because today in school, I was just zoned out, okay, not giving a fuck about what my teacher said, and I remember this teacher I had last year in 7th grade named Miss Shitfuck, is what I'll call her, and basically any opportunity she got, she would stop the entire class and just yell at you. So I figured I'll take up some pent-up anger that I've had since 7th grade out on this video.
Some people making normalization diagrams. Here's why you are a diagram in first normal form. What the fuck is that?
God damn, dude. Like, if I was a teacher, you'd have to do so much to get me to get to this point where I'm literally straight up cussing at students like that. Teachers don't realize that whenever you're standing up there and doing the most boring work, I mean, look at this guy's classroom. This dude's classroom looks like an insane asylum. You really think anybody's paying attention to the bullshit you're putting on the board? Of course they didn't know what you were doing, because you don't go anywhere out of your way to try to get them to want to know what you're doing. And if you don't do that as a teacher, then don't even expect people to try. But you can't get mad and fucking cuss at them whenever they don't.
Stick it up your ass and smoke it, man, because you guys are crazy.
Again, dude, with this what? Like, I mean, you have to realize as a teacher, you are a grown-ass man in this situation. This dude looks about 50 years old, and he has the voice of like a 12-year-old, but I'm just going off the appearance of this 240p video.
Stick it up your ass and smoke it.
That he's a little bit older, but he's just sitting here yelling at students like, dog. I mean, yeah, I can see that it'd be frustrating if you're sitting there teaching the class every day, getting up to get paid $40,000 a year to teach bullshit kids who don't care about what you're teaching them, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, they're kids. You don't have any excuse to be sitting there cussing, shove a stick up your ass and smoke it at them whenever they're just, you know, trying to do their best.
I don't want to hear a sound! Not a sound!
I know I've been in experiences like this before where teachers just get so mad. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit funny whenever they do. I mean, I understand they're frustrated, but a lot of the time teachers who get frustrated like that get frustrated over absolutely nothing, and they're the ones making whatever's making them mad a bigger problem than it actually is. Like, if a teacher is ever, sit down, they gotta be overhyping it, because it's never that serious, dude. I don't think if I was a teacher, that a student could ever do anything to get me to literally yell at them like that. Sit down. What is your problem, man? Like, I'm sorry that I'm laughing with my friend in the back of the classroom, maybe a little bit disrespectful, but you yelling at me like I'm some toddler in daycare who just fucking spat my Lego brick at a different kid is not going to make me want to listen to you.
Now stand up and keep your mouth shut!
What is this? Is this some type of assignment? Like, why are you, what? I've never once in my entire, 10 years of school ever had a teacher yell at me to stand up and shut up. Like, what? I mean, I can understand if you want your kids to stop talking while you're talking, but what goddamn unnecessary ass assignment do you have where people need to stand up? This ain't no fire drill. People aren't leaving, so what the fuck are you making a big deal about? Are you just mad that your wife doesn't give it to you the same way you were? Like, just because your dick can't get hard that does not give you any excuse to be yelling at teenagers.
I have to stand up. No, I don't. Are you kidding me?
Stand.
Dude, this is the type of shit you pull in 2nd grade whenever the teacher's not looking. Pulling a chair out from a kid? You are a grown-ass man! And the way that this teacher, looked at the kid and looked down on him like he was his little bitch or something, that's gotta be a little bit threatening. I mean, you have this bald-headed fuck looking like that one Eminem picture that was, photoshopped with Steve Harvey yelling at you because you're not standing up, and he pulls your chair out from under you. Is that, some sort of assault? I mean, I'm not gonna take it that deep, but, that's fucked up. You're trying to make the kid fall on purpose just because they won't stand. I'm sorry you're getting your panties in a wad because I don't feel like participating when you're yelling at me like I'm a dog.
Are you serious?
I am damn well serious!
Holy shit. Roll over. You're gonna seriously take a chair from underneath me?
I mean, that's the fair point. I mean, like, what on God's green earth could possibly inspire you to do this? Like, I can't even think of something that could, not even in a teacher perspective, but in a life perspective, where I've ever gotten mad enough to try to pull a chair out from, like, that's such a pussy way to try to get mad at somebody or show authority on somebody, is to pull a chair out from under them. And good on this kid for, like, trying to get away from the situation. The kid had all like the moral high ground to start, like, you know, getting and pressing in the teacher's face like that, but he didn't. He just walked away, and that's honestly the responsible thing to do. If this was me at this point, I would be like, what the fuck is good, dude? But I mean, good on him, I guess. That's maybe not the decision I would have made, but I respect him for at least walking away from the situation. I love that she has the Karen cut, because of course, there would be this middle-aged white woman yelling at this teenage black girl who, for whatever the fuck, and of course she'd have the fucking let me speak to your manager cut. And they always gotta be overweight too. Like, what is that about? They're always like 50 pounds overweight, like they're just mad that their 5th husband broke up with them or something.
Did I say you were using? Not the situation that asked me.
Again, these teachers just sitting here treating people like they're brain dead or something. The clap, like, hey, Bubba, can I get your attention? Like, what are you on about, dog? I mean, again, I don't at this point even know what this video is about. I don't know why the fuck this teacher's yelling at this student like this, but the clap is just so insulting. That's the most, like, that's like just the most, like planet-wide, just, you're my bitch. Like, hello, like, you know, like, what? I can never take that. At this point, if I was in this situation, I probably would have just completely shut down. Just, I'm not even gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna let you sit here and clap in front of my face like I'm a toddler. And then, you know, of course, we gotta continue with the claps. Really? I mean, like, ma'am, the first one did jack shit. You really think the second and third are gonna do anything? The girl is at this point completely spaced out and removed herself from the situation, and you're still the one making a problem of it. This is a little side tangent, but you know whenever, like, students will be, like, laughing at a kid who's just acting like a dumbass, and the teacher says, I hate it when teachers say this, but they're like, you laughing is encouraging this person to do this, so therefore you're just as much as part of the problem. That's what this little clip of her saying, knock off the attitude, that's what that just kind of symbolizes to me. That's probably what she was saying with that. I just had to say, I fucking hate that, because how can I, somebody who's just a bystander, laughing and observing a situation, be just as, like, of a problem as the person who is causing the distraction? I'm not telling them to stop. I'm not telling them to keep going. I'm doing what I see fit in that situation, which is laugh. And it's not my fault that I think something's funny. Which, admittedly, a middle-aged woman with a Karen cut yelling at some random student for whatever the fuck and screaming and clapping in their face is kind of a funny sight, especially whenever the student they don't even give a fuck. They're not even trying to fight back. They're just sitting here laughing. Oh my god, over a phone? A phone? Dude, phones and teachers are like grandparents and black people. They don't work, okay? How the fuck? I've never understood why a teacher can get so mad at somebody being on their phone in the middle of class. Again, completely out of my control if somebody decides to text me or some notification happens in the middle of the class. And I mean, I can't take 5 seconds to check that out, go, okay, what, you know, respond, and then put my phone away. I don't know, I don't really see that as a sign of disrespect. If I'm talking to somebody and they do that, I don't see that as a sign of disrespect because their phone went off. That's just how the phone works, pal. Get a grip, Karen. And don't even get me started on AirPods. Oh my god. I'm not even getting into the fucking AirPod and teacher fucking propaganda dichotomy.
Don't yell at me for real. Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. I was not going to yell at you. Don't yell at me. Keep calm. It's not that deep. Chill. It's not that deep. Just chill.
Damn, bro. Shut up. I mean, I can't even really be surprised. Like, oh, like telling a teacher to shut up at this situation, that's like the nicest thing she could say is shut up. She already told you to stop talking to her, don't yell at her. Well, you are in absolutely no right to be yelling at a student. I just think it's funny that they were just, shut up, don't even talk to me.
I told you to put your phone away. I did not tell you you were using it. I did not say you said I was using it. No, you did not hear me.
it's not that deep. I'm not gonna sit here and repeat myself over and over again, but for the love of God, what these teachers who sit here and stop the entire class, because this situation's already been going on for like 2 minutes now, what they don't realize is that them doing this is only making the problem worse. If they were to have just said, hey, put your phone away, they'd put their phone away, or they'd put their phone away in a few seconds, the situation's over. But you've now just completely stopped everything, made this 10 times bigger of a deal than it ever was, and now you're the one making it a problem. Not to mention you're yelling at a student. Like, you are an adult yelling at a teenager.
Last week, you accused me of using my phone when I wasn't. So I don't know what you're talking about. I did not say that. You just accused me of I was using my phone. So I don't know what you're talking about. To put your phone away. And I did. So I don't know what you saw, and I did. You just told me you did not have your phone out.
I love that. And like the girl literally says herself, like, you told me to put my phone away and I did, and you also accused me of doing it whenever I wasn't. And I also love that the teacher does the most teacher thing when being put in their place, which is to completely dodge any sort of like a argument or anything that they could be brought against them. They just completely dodge that. Act like it's nothing happening. Like, oh, you accused me of bringing my phone out whenever I was in the middle of class, and then they're just like, oh, we'll put her like what? that completely, like, what street did you turn on? What pill did you take? I think you took the wrong perks, ma'am.
Don't take out your anger on me because somebody else did something. Like, for real, don't take out your anger on me.
On God, dude, like, whenever teachers do this kind of stuff, there's no way that they could possibly, their entire root of this anger could be derived from just a student. I cannot see that in a million years. This has to be some underlying thing. Their husband can't give it to them the same way they used to be able to. They're fucking, like, mad at the way they look or something. There's no way I could ever see that a sane human being could get this mad over a phone. But that's really all the clips I have time for. If I were to keep going, this video would be so fucking long, but I hope you guys did like it, and if you did, you should go check out the video I uploaded a few days ago talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. But whether you did watch that or not, I appreciate you for watching this video all the way through, so thank you.